gonna start out by doing the eyes first and then move on to the Freddy burns, and then from there go with the rest of the face. So first I'm going to prime my eyelids with the Ulta eyelid primer in Nude Matte. So I'm just gonna do that. All right, and for this look today, I'm gonna be using two eyeshadow palettes, the Wizardry and Witchcraft palette by Storybook Cosmetics and the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia of Beverly Hills. So first, I'm going to go in with my transition color for this look, which is going to be this burnt orange color right here, and that's gonna be our transition color. So I'm gonna put that right in my crease. Next, I'm going to go in with a flat packing brush and put the Golden Ochre right here, this color right here, all over my lid. Next, I'm gonna take a poofy blending brush and just kind of blend those colors together and kind of blend them out as well. Next, I'm going to take Cypress Umber, which is this dark brown color right here on the end. And I'm gonna put that in the corner of my crease and kind of fan it through the rest of my crease as well. We want that darker, smoky color. Again, I'm going to take my fanning blending brush and just kind of blend all of that together again. I am then gonna go in with Red Ochre, this gorgeous smoky maroon Merlot red color, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that where my transition color is and kind of start to add those red tones. I'm gonna go back in with that dark brown, that Cypress Umber, and add a little more darkness in my corners again. Now this is a glam eye, so I definitely want to add some sort of shimmer, and I just love this Primavera color. It's this gold shimmery color right here. So I'm going to use my packing brush again and put that all over my lid just to add that gorgeous shimmer. I'm gonna go back in just with what's left over on my transition brush. The last color I used was the Red Ochre, and just kind of blend so it's not so patchy with the shimmer. And then the final thing I'm gonna do for the eyes right now is just add a big, simple black wing. Right now I'm using the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I love this style of liquid liner. I just ran out of the Stila waterproof liner, and I found this was like $6 at Target, and honestly I absolutely love it. It stays on forever. It's an amazing liner for the price. I think it's great. I would absolutely buy this again. So it's a great replacement for those liquid liners if you like these kinds of brushes. Like I said, it's gonna be quite a wing. Now I'm just gonna take a makeup wipe and just remove any fallout and clean up those edges, and also prep my face for the liquid latex. All right, moving on to the Freddy Krueger burns. So I am using liquid latex to do this. I'm not using tissue or any of that. I'm just doing layers of liquid latex. I got this from Spirit Halloween, and this is actually great. I've used it a couple times and it works perfectly for this. And I will be applying the liquid latex to my face, about 4 layers, and then I'm gonna do a little bit on my neck as well. I don't wanna do my whole face. I don't wanna do it on my arms. You want it to be glam, so you wanna do the little bit as a tribute to Freddy, but you don't wanna go all out because you still want the look to be glam. So I will be applying the liquid latex to my face and my neck. I've tried using a sponge for this, a few different kinds of sponges, and I just find that my fingers work the best to apply this how I want it to be applied. So that's what I'll be doing. Let's dig in. I actually do have a burn scar on my neck from a curling iron, so this is perfect. I should have just left it out, but instead I'm gonna cover it up and make a new one. Now I'm going to let that first layer dry. You can use a hair dryer on cool, on low to help speed up this process. I find fanning it works just as well. Also, fun tip about liquid latex. If it does get in your hair, you can get it out easily with warm water and soap, which is fine. But it is very painful if you are like me and like to pull it off like you're ripping your skin off and joke with people that way. So don't get it in your hair. It is rather painful. Next layer. And dry it out. Layer number 3. Oh goodness. Oh, I'm just fanning all of my hair into the latex. Awesome. Final layer. Let's do this. All right, so once all of your liquid latex has dried for the most part, as you can see, most of mine is, I touched this, which is fine. The extra texture is totally fine. You can take, I was gonna use tweezers, but I have seemed to misplace mine, so I'm going to use a toothpick to start making the burn holes on the latex. So I found my tweezers, so I'm actually gonna use these instead of the toothpick. The toothpick was working fine, but these definitely, you can at least grab onto the latex and pull it, which is definitely needed for this look, because I feel like with Freddy's burns, it looks kind of like his face is melting, so I wanna pull everything down, if that makes sense. So with tweezers, you can definitely grab on and pull, so these are going to work better. So I'm glad I found these. Okay, now I'm done making all of the holes for the burns. So now I am just going to go about doing my face like normal, and then I'll show you what we do from there. For concealer, I am using the Tarte Creaseless Concealer. It's also waterproof, which I love. So yeah. Next, for foundation, I am going in with my NARS Sheer Glow foundation in the color Light 4 and my damp beauty blender. It's not a beauty blender, Real Techniques beauty sponge. And I'm just applying that foundation over my face, as well as the liquid latex. As you can see, it it gets rid of that weird yellowy liquid latex color. That way it starts looking like skin. And of course, take that foundation on both sides all the way down your neck, because you don't want foundation on one side and then nothing on the other side and it's completely unblended and looks horrible. So make sure that you take that foundation all over. Even on your ears. Now I'm going to take the Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Neutral, which I believe Fairly Light Neutral is what my creaseless concealer is, and in Shape Tape, Fair Neutral. And I'm going to apply that under my eyes as well. I'm also going to put some on my nose, my chin, Cupid's bow, and a little bit on my forehead. And again, take that beauty sponge and blend all that concealer out. Now, to set that concealer under your eyes so you don't crease, take your favorite setting powder and a dry sponge and just set that under eye area with that. Now, after setting your under eye area with the setting powder, take your favorite all over face powder. I will be using the MAC Pro Longwear powder in medium and a fluffy powder brush, and just set the rest of your face with that, including the burns. Then contour and bronze your face like you would do on any other day. I will be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit in light to medium, which I have abused. As you can see, the front of this is just wretched, and bet you can guess which colors I use all the time. I'm not going to contour the burn side because we're going to be adding different colors on that side, but I will contour this side of my face and of course my jawline, and nothing on this side. All right, maybe a little bit on this side. I'm now going to take my Hoola Benefit Bronzer and my Spectrum CO3 and just kind of blend all of that contour out a little more. All right, now I am going to start on the coloring for the burns before I do my eyebrows or anything, just because I want that area to be set how I want it to be. So I have a lovely and basic little beauty sponge, and this, which I also got from Spirit Halloween, which I believe is the Bruise and Scar paint kit. Bruise and Burn, Bruise and Scar, I can't remember what it is, but it has these glorious colors which are perfect for FX looks. So I've used these for bruises before. They work great. I've used them on burns as well, and I think the colors just work perfectly for this look. So this is what I will be using. So I will be taking that cute little beauty sponge. It's dry, fine, and using this pinky red color. There's definitely this is the red, which we will use later on, and then I'm going to use this pinky red color first. So I'm going to dip the end of the sponge into that pinky red color and get a pretty good amount of it on there, and then start applying that around the burns. Like so. It's definitely, you can build with this color, so don't start out too much. Also, what I've learned with these little cream colors is they definitely will build up, and then it's hard to get rid of that packed color. So you definitely want to start smaller and build up, than starting super thick and being stuck with a clumpy, awful look. And as you can see, where I place the burns, I'm kind of almost using it as a contour and bringing that color. So where I would have contoured is where all my burns are. I have them on the bottom, well, this is a little higher than I would have contoured, but I have them on the bottom of my chin, right under my cheekbone, and then on my temple as well, and then of course the ones on my neck. So I'm kind of using this color as a burn contour, I suppose. So that's my way of still contouring on this side of my face, even though I'm not. All right, so we have a little bit of that pretty little pinky red color down. So now I'm gonna start adding some bruising around it. Yeah, I wouldn't say all burns would bruise around, but some would, and I just kind of want that blended into my skin more, which is why I want to choose that. Since I'm not doing my whole face and neck and everything in burns, I definitely want that transition into my skin. So I just want to add a little tiny bit of bruising around some of the edges. So I'm going to be using this purple that comes in the Bruise and Burn, Bruise and Scar kit, and of course this yellow, which just screams bruises. So I'm going to take a clean edge of that sponge and put a little bit of that bruisey yellow color on it and start adding that on the edges of the red. Like I said, it's not a ton, it's just like a splash of bruising. So that's it for the yellow. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that purple on my finger and kind of dab that in there, like so. Purple can be extremely harsh, and I just want just a little bit of it. All right, going back in with that same sponge and some more yellow, gonna add that bruisey color to where I put the purple. And again, just blend that into the red and out onto the face as well. All right, going in with a little bit more of that pinky red, I'm just going to add some more around the edges, my hairline, because I don't want any gaps of color there. All right, I think with that, I am relatively happy. So now I'm going to go into the insides of the burns and do that coloring. I'm going to be using 2 brushes for this, both from BH Cosmetics. I have this flat little eyeliner pencil brush and then this very small lip brush, and I'll be using both of those. First, I'm going to go in with the darker red color in this kit and the thin, not the super thin brush, not the lip brush, but the other brush, the eyeliner pencil brush thing. And I'm gonna start filling in the circles, the holes, with that darker red color. Okay guys, so I just filled in the rest of those holes, and off screen I did my eyebrows as well. Now that I've laid down that pinky red color and the bruise colors, it's totally fine to do that however you please. So now, after that dark red color in the burns, I'm gonna go in with the smaller brush and the black color, and just a little bit of that black color, and I'm going to go in just like that into the burns. So a little bit on the edges just to darken it up. I want to deepen that color and add some dimension in there. Just like that. So I'm going to do that to the rest of the burns. All right, once you have that black put in there, go back in with what's left of the darker red on the other brush and just kind of blend that black out so it's not so harsh. Just like so. Pull that black up. Just like that. Just like that. All right. Now looking at this, I'm pretty happy with it. This is awful. I'm gonna go in to this line right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. With a little bit of foundation on my beauty sponge. Just kind of, I don't know what's happening there. Eek. And go over it with my MAC powder. A little bit of that red. All right, so I fixed that as best as I could. For the most part, I'm pretty happy with this. So now I'm going to go in. With a little bit of just cheap Party City Spirit Halloween Vampire Blood, and put a little bit of that into the burns with a toothpick just to give it more of a wet, scabby look. I want it to look a little more real. So I'm going to be doing that. So I'm using. So just get some of that fake blood onto a toothpick. Start putting it into those burns. All right, so I think once you have that fake blood in there, that's it for the burned look. Now to finish the rest of our Glam Freddy face. So first, our under eyes have been setting for a while now, so I'm just going to use a powder brush and sort of brush that powder away. I don't try to brush it so much as like press and pull very gently, because I just don't want to lose any of the product. When you're doing it on this side, be careful not to get your brush into your semi-wet blood burns, and just get rid of that excess powder. All right, moving on, I am going to apply some false lashes. These are Ardell Wispies. These are the lashes. But for this glam eye, I just wanted something. But for anybody who's watched former makeup tutorials, and by former I mean the two, I love false lashes. I will always have them, no matter what. So I'm just gonna put some glue on those. Glue does not want to cooperate. I'm using Duo right now, but I've been using the Sephora glue and it's just way better. I would use my House of Lashes glue, but my dogs decided to chew it up. Thank you. Good enough. And for the other eye, once you have those lashes on, just use whatever mascara and blend your lashes into those lashes as well. All right, now I'm going to complete the eye look with the Wizardry and Witchcraft palette by Storybook Cosmetics. I love this palette. I use it for Supergirl, and I used it for my Poison Ivy look as well, for those of you who saw that. So I'm going to be going in with this gorgeous black color, this brown, this dark brown, and this red. So let's get to it. I'm gonna take that black and put it into my corners of my eyes and my crease, just to kind of smoke it out a little more. Next, I'm going to go in with this darker brown color, which is called Broomstick, with my transition brush, and put that in my crease and bring it towards the front of my eye. Since Freddy is a villain, I definitely want that villain smoky eye thing happening. Bring that down my nose just to kind of darken that contour a little bit. I feel like bringing the eyeshadow towards the front of the eye kind of gives it that scowl, like permanent makeup forced scowl. I'm now going to take this gorgeous little color called Prophecy and blend out those colors. I'm also going to take my beauty sponge and just kind of pat that over that contour to soften it. Just a little bit. Like so. Next, I'm super excited about this color. Hold. I am going to go in with this gorgeous red called Sorcerer, and shadow my lower lash line with that. Also, I'm not taking that shadow all the way to the front of my eye because I'm leaving room for a highlight in the corner. And I'm also going to take that same brush, the one I just threw on the ground. I'm gonna take that same brush back in again with the color Broomstick and just add a little bit of that brown on the corners on my lower lash line. Really want to smoke it out. What is happening? I'm using a magic eyeshadow palette, but this should be pretty normal. Jeez. Flying out of my damn hand. And as you can see, I'm kind of taking that lower lash line out, almost like a lash shadow. Excellent. Now, going back in with the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, I'm going to use the color Vermeer, which is this gorgeous, gorgeous highlight, and put that in the corners of my eyes. My tear duct, if you will. All right, now eyes are pretty much done, and the next step is totally your preference. I am just gonna go back over my faux lash line with the NYX Epic Ink Liner eyeliner and just make sure that that line between the falsies and my lid is flawless. Going in with a plain black eyeliner, I'm just going to line my lower lash line and also tight line my upper lashes as well. And now going back in on my lower lash line with my mascara, doing those lower lashes. All right. Eyes should be done, pretty much. Cool. Now, highlight, blush, lips, and we're done. Okay. So for highlight, going in with Jeffree Star's Skin Frost and Ice Cold, which I totally never use. Always use it. Doing a little highlight on my nose, in the corners of my eyes, and on my Cupid's bow. And on my chin. Oh, it's getting hot again, honey. All right, now I'm done with my highlight. I'm just going to go in with a little bit of the Prophecy color from the Wizardry and Witchcraft palette and blur out that Broomstick color. And then I'm going to take another brush and add a little bit of Prophecy and Bewitched under my eyebrow, just to give it a little pop of shimmer. And I love that shimmery gold. Just add that Prophecy color over it. And then again with blending that out. Since I forgot to do that earlier. Now going on to quick blush, I'm using the Mellow Bronze color. This is Mellow. This is the color I'll be using, and I'm just taking this little blush brush, getting a little bit of product on there, and just adding that right over my contour, and a little bit on this side too, just a little bit. But it's a very natural blush. It blends right into bronzers. And I think it's good for this look because this isn't a super blushy look. Now, for lips, I will be using two of my favorite red lips. I don't know what's happening. I will be using two of my favorite red lips, the Jeffree Star amazing velour liquid lipstick in the color Unicorn Blood, which I just love. And then of course, my tried and true Kylie Cosmetics Mary Jo red lipstick and liner. First, I will be putting down the Jeffree Star because I'll be using the Kylie Mary Jo to lighten up the center of my lips in a second. So let's go in with that. Okay, we are done with our Unicorn's Blood. Now let's go in with the Kylie liquid lipstick in the center of the lip just to lighten it up a little bit. And then in again with the Unicorn Blood one more time. And if you're not getting it all over your face, are you really doing it right? All right. I think that concludes the makeup look. Now let me just go change into everything else and I'll be right back. Okay, and there is the finished look. I have my hat, glove, and this gorgeous dress. All things I got from Amazon, which is great because you can get anything off of Amazon. I tried to get stuff at Spirit this year, but they let me down and they decided to be 10 times smaller than usual and not have anything. Thank you, Spirit, for ruining my Halloween. But Amazon pulled through, so that's good. So now I am ready for Halloween with this Glam Freddy look. Again, we have the simple burns, just a little something something, and of course the glam eye, the red lips. You have the dress, the sweater dress, which is torn, the glove, the hat, everything is popping. So yeah, I hope you guys loved this Glam Halloween Freddy Krueger makeup tutorial as much as I had fun putting it together. I absolutely love Freddy Krueger. I love Halloween and I was super excited about this look, so I hope you guys like it. Subscribe to my YouTube if you want to see more. I definitely want to be doing more stuff for Halloween looks this year and just more looks in general. I love doing anything and everything makeup. So yeah, subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Instagram, Haas_play. I'm at Facebook, Haasplay, Tumblr, Haasplay. I'm all over the place. Find me, give me some love. I would love to hear your guys' feedback and everything from you all. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and happy Halloween.